What's up, everybody? It is your boy Baddog here with another New York Giants video. As always, appreciate you taking the time to click on the video and watch. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up, helps out huge. If you like Giants content, sports content in general, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. That way you know when I do a video like this. There'll be a lot of Giants content coming up, obviously, with training camp starting. The Yankees tonight, I'll be live for that. Why, I don't know. And then, of course, during the basketball season, we do a lot of basketball on this channel. So please like, subscribe, ring a ding the bell, share the stream out or share the video out with your friends and whatever, all that good garbage. Anyway, I want to get into the video. I came across a tweet earlier today. It wasn't really a tweet, it's a video. And Le'Veon Bell had a lot of bad things to say about Daniel Jones. And I just find this whole thing amusing between the former players and the media. To me, it's like they're trying to really drive a wedge between Jones and Barkley. We all know Jones and Barkley have a really good relationship. They're very close. And Daniel Jones obviously got a big contract in the offseason, 4 years, $160 million, 100 up to, with incentives, he can get to $195 million. By the end of the year, he will be, by the time next year rolls around, he'll be right in the middle of the pack. Everyone's like, he got overpaid. He will be right in the middle of the pack. We already saw Herbert go past, and Burrow's going to get paid, maybe Tua, maybe Fields. There's going to be guys as they get paid are going to make more than Daniel Jones, but I digress. That's not really what this video is about. You can think Daniel Jones got overpaid. You can think whatever you want about Daniel Jones. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Lord knows I had my battles with Daniel Jones. I wasn't high on Daniel Jones, and last year he proved a lot to me. Last year he proved a lot of things to me that I didn't think he could do. And again, when I talk about Daniel Jones, listen, everybody's got their own opinion. I understand that, okay? So you can think he's an elite quarterback. You can think he's a bottom-tier quarterback. You can think whatever you want. I don't think he's a bottom-tier quarterback, and we're going to get into that in a second. I just think that's absolutely ludicrous that people believe that he's that bad of a quarterback. But it just seems like because he got paid and Saquon didn't, and Saquon, ended up having to sign the franchise tag, and now he's got the incentives that can get him up to about $11 million. Well, it would be over $11 million, just barely, if he hit all three of the incentives. And of course, he got $2 million up front. That's kind of the way they negotiated. He's there for training camp. He's a first player, high character guy. We discuss that all the time. I didn't think he'd be there the entire training camp, and he was. So it just speaks to the character of Saquon Barkley, and putting all this aside and going and doing his job and taking care of business, and hopefully he kills it. The Giants need him. There's no question about it. The guy's probably our best offensive player, so one of the best running backs in the league. We need him. You don't want to lose that guy for any period of time. So it's nice to have him back in camp. But I watch all the media and I watch these former players. Now, this is when they talk, and it's like they just want to insult the shit out of Daniel Jones and almost like try to make Jones feel guilty for taking that contract. And meanwhile, they talk about how great Saquon is, and Saquon is great. And they want to talk about how bad Daniel Jones is. Like, oh, look at Saquon. Look at how it's like they're trying to make Saquon even more mad and trying to make Daniel Jones feel guilty. It's like they're trying to drive that wedge right between those guys. I don't know if they're trying to make the Giants bad. I don't know if they're trying to disrupt team chemistry. I don't know what they're trying to do, but the media is a joke. It's a joke. These FS1 that show Speak with Shady McCoy and ESPN, they suck. I mean, let's just put it the way it is. This isn't about sports anymore, man. They don't talk about sports the way they used to. When I was growing up, ESPN was the best. The best. It has fallen off so far, it's not even close to what it's terrible. FS1's terrible. That's why people are like, Baddog, do you watch this show? No. I watch YouTube content creators because if I want to know something about Dallas, I watch content creators. If I want to know something about Philadelphia, I watch the content creators. If I know something about Washington, I watch the content creators. You know why? Because they're going to give you their opinion on their team, and most people are not rah-rah, sis-boom-bop people. They're going to give you an honest assessment, and if I want to know about the trades or the deals, I'm going there. I'm not going to ESPN anymore. I'm not going to NFL Network. I'm not going there. I'm not doing it. I digress. Let me show you the clip here. It was on Twitter. I don't even know how the hell I found this. But let me bring this in here. Let me share this with you. And we're going to listen to what former running back Le'Veon Bell says. Now, Le'Veon Bell screwed himself, too, when he sat out for an entire year. But let's listen to what Le'Veon Bell says about Daniel Jones here.
Look, Daniel Jones.
You're like
you're doing your sports broadcasting thing, so you can't say it, but I will. Daniel Jones is not, he's in the bottom tier. He's in the bottom tier of NFL quarterbacks. He's in the bottom tier. He's not mediocre. They're average quarterbacks. He's in the bottom tier. And I'm not here trying to talk bad about Daniel Jones. I'm just trying to be real for everybody who's hearing it. He's in the bottom tier. Saquon is in the top tier of his position, his running back. So how does that make sense?
So 2 things about this, and get him off here now. 2 things about this with Le'Veon Bell. It does not matter. Again, supply and demand. He must be terrible with finances, economics. We all know he screwed himself anyway. He's got a lot more money than I do, but I wasn't an NFL running back. Anyway, that's not the point, okay? Supply and demand. I don't know how many more times you got to say this. It has nothing to do with Saquon Barkley as a running back and comparative to other running backs or Daniel Jones and being a bottom-tier quarterback. It has to do with everything with the position. Everything to do with the position. This has nothing to do with a running back. You will never find a running back ever that gets paid more than a quarterback. Ever. Maybe coming out of college they do this, but as soon as they get their next contracts, a running back is never going to get a bigger contract than a starting quarterback. It's not going to happen. As good as Saquon is, the most important position in any freaking team is the quarterback. And that's why more often than not, the quarterback, that position is drafted number 1 overall. Okay? It is not easy to find a franchise quarterback or even a starting quarterback in this league. It's difficult. Running backs, there's a lot of running backs. Every team carries how many running backs? And 2 or 3 running backs play a day. You're not going in there with 2 or 3 quarterbacks. You don't go into a game plan going, let's play all 3 of our quarterbacks today. That's not how this works. So this has nothing to do with Daniel Jones being a bottom tier quarterback and Saquon Barkley being a top tier running back as to how they get paid. I don't understand how a freaking former professional football player doesn't understand this. How the guy who played in the NFL. You know, if Shady McCoy wants to sit here and say Daniel Jones is a garage, like I said, you're entitled to your opinion. But the contracts have nothing to do with how good they are at their position or the player. It has to do with the actual position. Why some people can't wrap their head around that, I have no idea. As far as Daniel Jones being a bottom-tier quarterback, obviously Le'Veon Bell ain't going to respond to it because he ain't watching my channel. But anybody that is watching it that does believe that he's a bottom-tier quarterback means he'd be in the bottom 10 of NFL quarterbacks. So if you believe he's a bottom 10 quarterback or a bottom-tier quarterback, I want you in the comment section to name me 20 quarterbacks in the NFL that are better than Daniel Jones. 20. And that'd be hard-pressed. I want somebody to tell me 20 quarterbacks better than Daniel Jones. And just remember, Daniel Jones has been through 3 head coaches in the first 4 years of his career. Well, now obviously going into his 5th year, Daboll's still there. First 4 years, 3 head coaches. God only knows how many offensive coordinators. His number 1 target last year was Richie James. Has had one of the worst offensive lines in the league. And even going into, at the end of 2021, the owner of the New York Giants says, we've done everything we can to screw him up. The owner totally admitted that they've given him nothing to work with. So name me 20 quarterbacks better than Daniel Jones if you think that he's a bottom-tier quarterback. And again, I don't care if you think he is in the bottom tier. I don't care if you think he's in the top 5. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But the contract crap has nothing to do with how good of a quarterback is Daniel Jones is compared to the other quarterbacks and how good of a running back Saquon Barkley is compared to the other running backs. It has everything to do with the value of the position. It happens in the draft, too. People draft on positional value sometime and not necessarily the player, okay? It's just the way it goes. So, anyway, let me know your opinion in the comment section. I can't believe it really is like they're just trying to drive a wedge between Jones and Barkley. I don't think it's going to work, to be quite frank. Both of those guys are very professional. They go in there, they work their ass off, they do their job, they want to win. They're both there for the same reasons. So, you know, Barkley showed a lot of character, no question about it. But I'm getting a little sick and tired of every time I turn around or every time I turn on TV or turn on social media, I got to hear some former player or some analyst sitting there telling you how bad Daniel Jones is and how great Saquon Barkley is. Again, Saquon Barkley is great. Daniel Jones ain't as bad as these people are making him out to be. He ain't a top 3 quarterback. No, Saquon Barkley is a top 3 running back. But again, at the end of the day, this has to do with the position, not the player. And I don't know why people don't understand that. They're stupid or they're trying to drive that wedge. Or either way, it's pissing me off. And that's all I got to say about it. It's a bad diggy dizzle. I'm out. Peace.